One of the most challenging projects I have ever accomplished is my independent research with my working paper, Trend Following Strategies with Gauge Time Model for China Stock Indices. In the research, I tried to find a way to solve the intrinsic problem of trend following strategy, which is lagging. The trend following strategies follow the trend of yesterday, but the investment happens today. Thus, there's a problem of lagging. To solve the problem, we follow the procedure of previous researchers, which is run a simulation price path, then run the strategy on it. Uh, in my research, I used the gauge type model to run the simulation price path. So this is my first independent research, so I had to learn and move forward step by step. First, it took me a lot of time to actually come up with the idea. I read many articles and materials studying others' researches. I finally come up with the idea of improving trend following strategies with gauge type model. Then I read more articles and materials on trend following strategy and gauge model, planning my research approach. Finally, based on my knowledge and what I have read, I designed my research proposal. After confirming my research plan with my mentor, I started to conduct my research. The first step was collecting data. Fortunate for me, all I need was the data for China stock indices, which were publicly free. Uh, but it still took me hours to collect the data, clean the data, turning the data into a usable format. Then I went on programming. I used R to feed the gauge model and Python to run simulation and calculation. With all the simulations, I then ran some strategies on the simulating price path on China stock indices. The result turned out to be great, supporting my proposal. With all the experiment results, I started to write my paper. It was my first formal full-length scientific research paper I have ever written, so I got to learn everything from the format to the language. To be honest, the biggest challenge was writing in academic English. I spent lots of time studying others scholars' writing and reading materials in academic English. With all the help I can get, I finished the draft. Finally, with a lot of revision, I turned the draft into my working paper. My career goal is to become a quantum researcher, so the project is highly relevant with my career plan. First, it makes me to be clear about my interest in quantitative finance research. I am interested in all the trading strategies, backtest, and programming. Second, I practiced all the skills and knowledge. I used my background knowledge and my programming skills in my research, and I believe those skills are important and is required by a career like a quant researcher. Lastly, it gave me some experience in dealing with problems and difficulties in research projects. I have learned that whenever there's a problem, just don't be panic and be patient. It is always a good idea to rely on what you have learned and what you can find from outside sources like the internet and other scholars, researchers. And it takes time and effort and maybe a little bit luck to make a breakthrough, and just be patient and keep on trying.